आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करल्लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। कैवल्योपनिषद mantra 14 in my book. स एव माया परिमोहितात्मा शरीरमास्थाय करोति सर्वम् स्त्रियन्नपानादिविचित्रभोगैः स एव जाग्रत्परितृप्तिमेति। There are two readings. One is Striyannapana, another is Striyannapana. Striyannapana is grammatically correct, more accurate. Striya annapanadi vichitra rupaihi. Striya annapanadi vichitra bhogaihi. Striyannapanadi vichitra bhogaihi. Now, the Upanishad is talking about avasthatraya, the three avasthas, three states. There is nothing esoteric about the three avasthas. There is nothing mystical about the three avasthas, because we experience the three avasthas every day. It is our regular experience. Therefore, there is nothing strange about the three avasthas. The Upanishad makes use of the three avasthas to understand the true nature of the self. We start with the waking Jagradavastha. During Jagradavastha, you become the waker. And you experience the waking world. You are in a relation with the waking world. The waker is in a relation with the waking world. And there are so many objects in the waking world. He finds a special connection with certain objects. Though there are so many objects, we find some special connection with the specific objects. It is because of our own vasanas, our own samskaras. There may be so many people, but we associate with some of them. Our own impressions, our own mental disposition determines what we relate to. So we relate to certain objects in the waking state. And we experience them. We become bhoktas. As wakers, we become bhoktas. We become the enjoyers. The Upanishad enumerates certain objects. Striya. There are women. Women is an object. Stree is an object of experience. Any woman. There is husband, and the husband experiences wife as soon as he wakes up. Recently, someone sent me a WhatsApp message. Every husband is like a Santa Claus. Because whenever the wife says something, you know what the husband says? Merry Kismat. Like a Santa Claus. So this husband experiences his stree, his wife, sometimes pleasure and sometimes pain. It's a mixture. For a husband, the wife is a mixture. Mixture of his punya and papa. The husbands know better. Don't ask me. Likewise, for every wife, the husband is a mixture. Mixture of punya and papa. Am I right? So you experience various objects like Stree, Purusha. Since mainly Purusha was attending, the Upanishad says Stree. Now there are many Strees, so I say Purusha also. Everything that comes across, everything that you come across is your object of enjoyment. Because there is some give and take. The objects need not be inanimate. They can be animate also. All your relatives, they are objects of enjoyment because they give some experience to you. Sometimes they give pleasure and sometimes they give pain. Deliberately or not, I don't know. Sometimes it may be deliberate, sometimes it may not be deliberate. Annapanadi, food, drink, etc. Vichitra bhogaihi. There are varieties of objects of enjoyments. Various objects of enjoyments. And sometimes they give pleasure, sometimes they give pain. What determines the pleasure and pain? It is our own karma. Your own karma. Don't blame the wife. Don't blame the husband. It is your own karma. That is why you committed the blunder. Your own karma. And suffer all your life. Our own karma. We deserve it. Jagrad avastha. He experiences Jagrad avastha. Jagrad paritrupti meti. He experiences the pleasures and pains of Jagrad avastha. Jagrad paritrupti. Paritrupti means satisfaction. Satisfaction need not be always pleasure. Whatever makes you say enough is satisfaction. It can be pleasure, it can be pain also. Enough of it. After Jagrad avastha, we say enough. Now let me go to sleep. That is paritrupti. Paritrupti implies bhoga, enjoyment of pleasure and pain. The waker experiences the waking world. When you come to waking, you put on the mask of the waker. That is what you are doing now. You have put on the mask of the waker. And then you go to sleep. From waking, you go to another state. It may be either deep sleep or it may be dream. Either way, when you go to other state, you have as though removed the mask of the waker. You are no longer a waker then. Before you came to waking state, you were not the waker. And At the end of the waking state, also you put off the mask of the waker. The waker comes and goes. For a while you become a waker. Your waker status is incidental. It comes and goes. And all your problems are associated with the waker. They are all waker's problem. You can list out any problem that you have. It is all waker's problem. When you become waker, there are issues. There is samsara. The Upanishad says, you are not waker in truth. Your essential nature is not waker. For a while you become waker. It is a projection on you. The waking world is a projection on you, and the waker status is also a projection on you. Because it comes and goes. It is not always there. When you go to other states, the waker is no longer there, but you are there without the mask of the waker. From the waking state, by analyzing the waking state, we understand this. Therefore, the Upanishad says, Sa eva jagrat paritrupti meti. Saha eva. Saha means the Atma. The Atma is neither waker, nor dreamer, nor deep sleeper. The same Atma becomes waker and enjoys the waking state. Becomes a complaining husband, becomes a complaining wife, becomes a complaining mother, a complaining father, complaining father-in-law, complaining mother-in-law, complaining daughter-in-law. Everything is waker. Understand, you are not the waker. You have just put on the mask of a waker. You are free from all the problems. The moment you understand waking is just a mask, you are free from all complaints. Then you need not remove the mask. Have the mask and act with the mask. No problem. The waker is not your nature. You transcend the waker and you transcend the waking world and you transcend the problems of the waking world. We can understand this much by analyzing this one state. Not even 3 states are needed. Just analyze one state and you understand this. Then he goes to the dream state. Mantra 15. Swapne sajivas sukha dukkha bhokta Swamayaya kalpita vishvaloke Sushupti kale sakale viline Tamobhibhuta sukha rupameti. Swapne, swapna. Swapna means a dream. Dream is a wonderful experience. From the Vedanta standpoint of view, dream is very, very important. Yeah, I just said Swapna and Swapna came. Where is Swapna? Yeah, just joined. Swapne sajivaha. Swapna means a dream. Yeah, Swapna. Okay. Good. In dream, from dream we understand two things. Number one, the dream is not real. Everyone knows dream is not real. But at the time of dream, the dream appears real. At the time of dream, the dream appears real. Swapna kale swapnam satyavad bhati. Swapna kale, at the time of dream, swapnam, the dream, satyavad bhati, appears to be satya, appears to be real. Likewise, at the time of waking also, the waking appears to be real. This is very important because many people ask this question. You say this is mithya, but why it appears to be real? The best answer is, during dream, the dream appears real. Likewise, during waking, the waking also appears real. Though the dream appears real during dream, it is not real. Likewise, though the waking appears to be real during waking, it need not be real. This supports the mithyatva of the waking world. The dream experience endorses the mithyatva of the waking world. This is one thing we understand from dream. There is another thing also. We can understand another thing also by looking at the dream. What? You see so many objects in dream. You see an elephant, you see a palace, you see many vehicles, aeroplane, ocean, and so many things. Big objects. Where are these objects? You are not seeing them outside because your eyes are closed. Where is the space for these objects to exist? Where is the space? The objects are not outside. They are inside. All the dream objects that you see are in yourself. You are the substratum of all the dream objects. You are the substratum of the entire dream world. It's all projected in you. Likewise, you are the substratum of the Jagrat Prapancha also. Even the waking world is projected on you. You, the Atma, is the support of the waking world also. It's all in you. It's difficult to understand because we think we are this body. How can it be in this body? That is our orientation. When I say you, not the body, you the Atma. Even the Jagrat Prapancha is Atmani Kalpitam. Yatha Swapna Prapanchaha Atmani Kalpitam Tathaiva Jagrat Prapancho Pyatmani Kalpitam. Yatha Swapna Prapanchaha Atmani Kalpitaha. Just as the Swapna Prapancha is Kalpita, is projected in the Atma, Jagrat Prapanchaha Atmani Kalpitaha. Even the Jagrat Prapancha is projected on the Atma. This is another thing that we can understand with the help of the dream state. So, Swapna, Swapne sa jivaha. In Swapna, Swapne, Swapnavasthayam, Saha jivaha. The same person, the same jiva. Now he is not the waker. Now he has become dreamer. And he has a different body altogether. Not the body in the waking. He has received a new body. And he is seeing a new world altogether. The dream body and the dream world all appears to be real. If someone in dream says this is all dream, he won't accept. So, Swapne sa jivaha. Even in Swapna, he is a jiva. He is jiva because even in dream, he has the limited identity. All the limitations are there. Therefore he is Jiva, even in dream. When he becomes a dreamer, also he is a Jiva. Another mask, dreamer mask. He has kept the waker mask aside and he has put on the dreamer mask. And he is dreaming. In dream also, there is sukha and dukkha, pleasure and pain, just like in waking. Sukha dukkha bhokta. Even in dreamer, he experiences pleasure and pain. Sometimes there are sweet dreams, sometimes there are nightmares. Who decides whether we should have sweet dreams or whether we should have nightmares? Who decides? It is not in our hands. It is all our karma. Even the dream experience is a result of our own karmas. If we get a nightmare, it is our papa. And if we get a sweet dream, it is our punya. Sukha dukkha bhokta. He experiences certain amount of punya and papa even in dream state. Swamayaya kalpita vishwaloke. And in Swapna, there is a world. The world is projected by his own maya, his own ajnana, his own ignorance. The maya projects the dream world. Kalpita Vishwaloke, the dream world which is projected by the Maya. The Ajnana. Then he becomes a Sukha Dukkha Bhokta. He exhausts certain amount of punya and papa in dream. And then he goes to another state, Sushupti. Even Sushupti is very important to understand so many things. We need Sushupti also. I discussed this a little in the last session. In Sushupti, there is no experience of duality. In the waking and dream, there is duality. There is you and the world in front of you. You and the world. Duality. In the dream also, there is duality. You, the dreamer, and the dream world. The objects of the dream world. There is duality in the dream as well. But when you go to deep sleep, there is no duality. There is no Dvaita in deep sleep. There is Advaita. The Dvaita is God. Subject-object duality is not experienced in deep dream state. Since the subject-object duality is not experienced, you are free from the sense of limitation. You don't have sense of limitation in deep sleep. In waking and dream, there is subject-object duality. When there is subject-object duality, there is a sense of limitation. In deep sleep, there is no subject-object duality, hence there is no sense of limitation. From this, we understand that the sense of limitation is not intrinsic to you. You are essentially free from limitation. The limitation comes when there is experience of duality. When there is no experience of duality, there is no limitation. Therefore, you are free from limitations. This is one thing that the deep sleep suggests. This has to be thought about. Please contemplate on this. These ideas are a bit too profound. That is why many people don't dare to continue. And they will blame the Swami. The Swami doesn't know how to teach. It's not that I don't know how to teach. Maybe I don't know also. But the problem is the idea is profound. And if I try to make everyone understand, I will be diluting the topic. I cannot convey the profoundness of the topic. I am trying my best to keep everyone going. The deep sleep experience suggests that you are essentially free from all limitations. Now, another thing. In the waking and dream, you are not happy. Occasionally you become happy. You are not always happy in the waking and dream. I don't know whether you have observed this. Everyone has observed perhaps. That's why everyone says most often I am not happy. In the waking and dream, you are not always happy. Why you are not happy? Because your happiness is inhibited by the experience of duality. The experience of duality brings in the sense of limitation. Because of the sense of limitation, your happiness is inhibited, obstructed. That is why you are not happy in the waking and dream, Jagrat and Swapna. But if you go to the deep sleep, you are free from the sense of limitations, and there is no obstacle for the experience of uninhibited happiness. In deep sleep, everyone is happy. Irrespective of what problem you have, in deep sleep, you are happy. Everyone is happy. Why? Because there is no obstacle to happiness. There is no inhibition to happiness. What is the inhibition? The sense of limitation. So from this we understand that sense of limitation is inhibition to happiness. Therefore, to get happiness, you have to be free from the sense of limitation. One more thing we understand. In deep sleep, the happiness that you experience, where does it come from? Is it coming from outside? It is not coming from outside. Because your senses are closed. There is no access to the external world. There is no experience of any object outside. Then where is the happiness coming from? Definitely it cannot come from outside. Therefore it has to come from inside. That means your nature is happiness. Your true nature is happiness. Ananda. You are Ananda Swarupa. Even this is understood with the help of deep sleep. So deep sleep also points at so many things that we discuss in Vedanta. In deep sleep, you experience uninhibited happiness, absolute freedom from the sense of limitations, and absolute freedom from the inhibitions of happiness. Therefore, the deep sleep is as good as moksha, as good as videha mukti. Then what makes the deep sleep different from moksha? Because in deep sleep there is ignorance, there is ajnana. Had had there been no ignorance in deep sleep would have been equal to moksha. Because all that is described as moksha is there in deep sleep. But the problem is, there is ignorance, there is ajnana, tamas. And since there is tamas, you come out of the deep sleep once again. Whether you like it or not. Because the ajnana supports the karma, your karmas. And your karmas make you wake up once again. Otherwise, everyone would have perhaps prefer to remain asleep all the time. No problem. Sukham. But you have to wake up. The karma pushes. Once again to waking, once again to deep dream. The cycle continues. You go through the three states again and again and again. See the description of Sushupti. Sushupti Kale. At the time of Sushupti, Sushuptyavasthayam Sakale Viline. Everything is resolved. There is no object. There is no duality. The duality is resolved. Tamobhibhutaha. He is overpowered by tamas. He is overpowered by ignorance. This suggests that there is ignorance in deep sleep. Sukha Rupameti. He remains as a Sukham. He enjoys uninhibited happiness. But it cannot continue for a very long time. Once again he has to wake up. Punascha. Again, Janma, we will read this. Punascha Janmantara Karma Yogat Sa Eva Jivaswapiti Prabuddhaha Puratraye Kridati Yascha Jivaha Tatastu Jatam Sakalam Vichitram. Punascha. Once again, sa eva jivaha swapiti prabuddhaha. Saha eva jivaha. The same jiva who went to waking, then he went to dream, then he went to deep sleep. From deep sleep, once again, Swapiti, he goes to dream once again. From deep sleep, he goes to dream once again. Or There is another possibility also. Prabuddhaha. He may go directly to waking also. There are both possibilities. It is not necessary that he should first go to dream and then he should go to waking. Either he can go to dream and then wake up, or he can directly wake up also. Both are possible. What decides? What decides your waking time? When you should wake up, etc. Janmantara karma yoga. Your own karmas, which you have done in other janmas. Janmantara. We don't know which janma you have done which karma. The karma that we have done in other janmas determine when we have to wake up, when we have to go to sleep, etc. That is why some people cannot sleep easily. Why some people cannot sleep easily? Because the karmas keep the person awake. Karmas are so strong that they keep the person awake and he cannot go to sleep. He can sleep when the karmas stop giving their result for a while. Then he can go to sleep. If the karmas don't stop giving their result, he will have to be awake. And then the karma stop giving result for a while, then he goes to sleep. Then the karmas start giving their result again and he is awake. Janmantara karma yoga. Saha eva jivaha swapiti prabuddhaha. The same jiva travels through Jagrat and Swapna. He continues the journey of the jiva, one state after another state. Helplessly, we travel through the three states. We keep going round and round through the three states. We have no choice. There is no choice. You may be a very rich person. You may be a very intelligent person. You may be a rationalist. You may be an intellectual. You may be a scientist. Irrespective of who you are, you have no choice but to travel through the three states. And you are helpless. There is no way. When you wake up once again, you will have the same body, same old body, same old house, same old husband, same old wife, and the same old Swami. Helplessly, we travel through the three states. We are pushed through the three states. That is the fate of the jiva. The jiva keeps traveling, state after state after state. Jagrat Swapna Sushupti, Jagrat Swapna Sushupti. Now, this person is asking, is there anyone who governs the three states? Definitely, we are not the ones who govern the three states, because we, the jivas, are under the spell of our karma, and we are made to pass through the three states without our choice. Now, who is the one governing these three states? The Upanishad says there is someone governing the three states. Who is he? Ishvaraha. Ishvara governs the three states. Jiva is helplessly passing through the three states. Ishvara governs the three states. Who is the Ishvara? We will see next week. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste, namaste. Om, om, om. Yeah. Om, om. Yeah. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Om, om. Om. Namaste. Yeah. I request all of you to put, fix this Google Meet link into the calendar. Then you can join on your own. You don't need to wait for my permission to admit. Fix it into Google Meet, Google Calendar. Yeah. The event can be fixed in Google Calendar. Yeah. Namaste. I don't know. Namaste.